Hello everyone. So today we are going to write our very first program in Python. So for that I'm going to create a new folder in my documents folder in so I've given my name as folder name as lane_python. So after created the folder, open that folder. From that folder, do a right click and open with code. So if you're doing like this, it will automatically open your folder in Visual Studio Code. And of course, if you open the VS Code for the very first time, it will ask you to configure few of the themes or like that. So once you have done it, you get started and you can see now the folder is actually opened in VS Code. So for verifying that folder, whether it is opened or not, you see it in the left hand side, the folder name is displaying. Okay, so now let us create our very first Python program. So I'm following the naming as ep_01.py, right? So let's write our first code. So now my task is to sum of two numbers. So for that I'm using a equals to 50 and b equals to 30. Now I need to sum it. So that I have to store it in another variable, that is c. So c equals to a plus b. So finally I'm printing it. Okay, so you have to save your file without a miss. So in order to save the file, click on file and press a save option. Okay, so to determine whether the file is saved or not, you can see if the file is not saved, there is a black dot appears. If it is saved, it will not appear. So by that way, you will get to know whether the file is really saved or not. Now I'm opening the new terminal within the VS Code itself to run our first Python program. So in order to run the Python program, you use the command python space /ep1.py. So this is actually a PowerShell. So now I'm writing the same command in command prompt also. So in command prompt, it is very simpler. Python space your file name. Okay, now let's write our another program, the second program. So ep_02.py. So now our task is to add three numbers. So a equals to 50, b equals to 30, and finally c equals to 20. Now I need to sum all these three numbers. So d equals to a plus b plus c, and finally I am printing d. So now I am opening the new terminal again. Click on new terminal and use the command. Okay, now it has actually opened the PowerShell, and of course in further videos or upcoming videos I'm always using the command prompt only instead of PowerShell. So to change the PowerShell into command prompt, I am choosing this default profile in VS Code. So after making a changes as I shown in the video, now it is switched into command prompt by default. So here type the command python space ep_02.py. So if I press enter, I will get an output of 100. So this is how we have to create a Python program and how we have to run the Python script, the same script. Now this is your task. So you have a three tasks to achieve. So a sum of four numbers and subtract of two numbers and multiplication of three numbers. So you can actually use the value as I mentioned in the instructions, and for doing a subtraction you use the minus symbol, do not use the underscore, and for doing a multiplication you use the asterisk instead of an alphabet X or a capital X. For giving a file naming convention, I'm using the file naming convention as practice_numbers.py for a task to you guys. Okay, so if I teach you a program, I will be using the format of ep_0 numbers. For you people to practice, follow the naming as practice_number.py. So you try to actually achieve this task in the practice files, and I will show you the solution in the upcoming video.